Well done to everybody who guessed correctly. It brings us great pleasure to be in this town. That's right people, we are bringing Fitness Works to Stratford upon Avon. This represents 7 months of hard work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sign this with you, sign my life and Fitness Works life away once again.
What did I just watch? You just almost clobbered that man.
So you're looking to have a boat, are you then?
Yeah. Hey, whatever it's called. Whoa! So we thought we'd be a little bit more creative for this launch video. And by the time you're watching this, the location would already be out. And obviously this is Stratford. And I think this river and what's it called, that thing, that big building? RAC is probably the most like, what do you call it, like well-known landmark in Stratford. So we thought we would hire a boat, and Matty's already broken the D-ring on the front where we crashed it into the bank. Oh shit! Look at it. And it actually really hurt my knee and all. So it's not hanging off though. Jesus! Oi, got the fucking Matty, barge.
I think you need to remember that I've got boats to deal with here, mate. We can't just place.
Matty, reverse.
Hey, what are you doing?
You'd remember before I did a video on Instagram about guerrilla marketing. I think this is guerrilla marketing at its finest. Everyone's looking though, isn't they? This represents 7 months of hard work and a lot of back and forth. I can't give you the full details just yet, but I wanted to go into what I've learned from this process, because this one I've learned a lot. And it's mainly about being rejected and turned down and not having your heart set on one thing. In the gym business or any real business that needs a brick and mortar location, you're always going to find places you think that is it, that is perfect, that has everything I need. And I am a huge believer in sticking to a plan, well at least having a plan and attempting to stick to it, but unfortunately you can't always stick to it, especially when opening a gym, because you've got a lot of moving parts. You've got landlords, you've got the council, you've got kit suppliers, you've got system suppliers, you've got staff, you've got leases, you've got solicitors, you've got so many different people involved that sometimes the decision is out of your hands. You can try your hardest to get the decision you want, but it doesn't always go your way. Get used to being rejected, get used to being told no, and always look at it as a bit of a positive. Always look that if that building doesn't work, in the future there's something which is better for me. Like this location isn't the first location that we found in this area, it's actually the third. We got rejected on the first 2, we got outbid on one, and the other one they wanted too much money. So we stuck to the plan, we stuck to the blueprint, we know where we wanted to go in this certain area, and we just waited until the right or hopefully perfect unit came up. If you find a unit and they don't accept it or they don't want it as a gym, or the planning permission doesn't work, or the landlord doesn't want a gym in there, don't take that as a bad thing, because I've learned from especially this build and a few in the past that this always happens, and I can guarantee you something better does come up. It's happened every time for me. This is the 3rd time now. We have 6 active sites. We've been up to 9, but we must have looked at 40 different units. So not every unit's going to be perfect, not every unit's going to be in the right area, but you will occasionally find little gems which you're like, that is perfect. But because you've got so many moving parts in this kind of process, you're not always going to get your own way. So always look on the upsides and get used to being rejected and told no, and don't take it personally and let it put you off doing it again. Because I can assure you, this industry and this game is a numbers game. Anyway, we've got a cool series coming up soon. So if you like gyms, fitness, gym builds, renovations, business, fitness, businessy stuff, then please make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow along on a cool journey that we're about to start.